All right, so we're live. Live, baby.
This is the MarcWes Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Wesley Pierre, better known as Westradamus, and I'm here with my co-host, Christian Mahia, also known as Chris the producer. But want to go ahead and inform you guys, Marcus again is still part of the MarcWes Sports Podcast. You know, right now, lead editor of CanesCounty.com. So everything's happening right now with the Canes, you know, going through the transport portal, NIL, et cetera, et cetera. You know, you got basketball season that's, you know, kind of flaring up right now with the Canes. So he's following them live, full effect, on court. And you'll be seeing him soon, probably like within the next week. But we're gonna go ahead and start this off because we're gonna go ahead and hold on the ship while Marcus is not here. But got to go ahead and talk about our Miami Dolphins and our boy Tua. Now, you know, I'm watching some people that was on the ship starting to jump off the ship again, and that's the same type of people that I ain't want on the ship in the first place. You know, he didn't have a great game. Some would say he had a bad game. I would say that he had a off game. A lot of
Bad day at the office.
Yeah, bad day to be a Dolphins. And you know, the crazy thing is bad day to be a Dolphins fan for me and Chris. We went to Twins Peak with Marcus and Chris's brother to watch the game, and unfortunately we lost. I kind of felt like it was our fault we lost because it's like, damn, if we would have stayed to the crib, we possibly would have won. But you know, that's not here nor there, you know, regardless of the fact he did not have a good game. He was not accurate. We all know that Tua, his bread and butter is accuracy, not you know, the arm to be strong and, you know, him being a running quarterback. He's not one of those individuals. His asset is being one of the most accurate, efficient quarterbacks in NFL this year, in the NFL this year. And, you know, the crazy thing is that's what they were saying on the screen. You know, I think that they actually seen the MarcWes Sports Podcast because these guys on live air when the game was playing was saying, you know, that's his bread and butter, the accuracy, the efficiency. And he wasn't efficient. You know, before the season started, we had the Cheetah, our boy. He came out and say like, yo, Tua is the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. Nobody believed him. I did. God did. And he was basically showing us that, you know, he led the league for the last few weeks in quarterback rating, quarterback touchdowns per game, you know, having 3. I think he had that a period of 3 or 4 games, and he didn't have that last game. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was the hype. I don't think it was the hype because like he comes from that side of the world. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm saying it's not like he's, you know, like in China or somewhere else, but he come from Hawaii. California and Hawaii is like closer to each other than Miami and Hawaii. But I felt he would have probably had a stronger game than he did have. I seen it from jump. You know, the first, not even the first few throws is off. You know, matter of fact, the first throw was the real throw. The first throw, that 75-yard bomb.
Yeah.
Some people's gonna say it was not a 75-yard bomb. It was a 75-yard after catch touchdown from Tua. But I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. He's the one that threw the ball, of course. I think it was like a 20-yard play, and this is what the Dolphins are built on: giving it to your playmakers, giving them the ball and making them do what they do with their legs. We've been seeing that with Waddle, Cheetah, and we've seen that with Sherfield. You know, we spoke on Sherfield the last podcast or the podcast before last, and we're saying there's an emergence on them because everybody's going ahead and doubling Waddle or doubling the Cheetah. Everybody know, you know, who got us here: Tua, Cheetah, Waddle, and of course the O-line.
I mean, even not to you know, interrupt you, which I just did, but even with a bad day at the office, he still had 295 yards with 2 touchdowns.
Exactly. But that's the whole point of the accuracy. For me, he should have had at least like 25 out of that 33. So he should have had like 7 more catches that would have probably won us the game. And he didn't. It's okay. Everybody have a bad day. Sometimes, you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. And I think that's exactly what happened to Tua. He wasn't himself. I seen this stupid ass guy, the guy that Marcus doesn't like, Dan Orlovsky, just talking trash about Tua. Like he was like he basically what everybody thought he was. I'm like, were you actually seeing what he's been doing this whole season? And that's what's going on. Like that's the thing that I don't like about people. You could give them facts. They can have all the facts and all the paperwork in front of them to prove your point, and they don't want to listen. Kind of like what's happening with Kyrie Irving right now. Again, different topic. I ain't gonna jump on that right now. But again, I can't stand people when you give them the evidence is right in their face. And they don't want to believe it. He had a bad game. Let's take it as it is. When Josh Allen, have 2 picks a game, I think back-to-back games, like they brush it under the rug. Like, I'm like, why can't? My whole thing is another thing is why can't people just give Tua the credit that it is what he's done, and why is so much hate with Tua? You would hate Josh Allen. He's the one that has that bravado that people gonna not like, not Tua. Tua's the humble guy. Tua the one that's gonna say the right thing, huh?
It's Miami. Miami's not humble because we got. You already know what is it? What we got?
The beaches, the women, and the weather. but in this case, man, come on, man, you can't get mad at my dog. My dog Tua had a less lackluster game. Again, I remember this. The path with Waddle when he bounced the ball on the ground. Like that's how short it was to Waddle, and it was not even like a bomb. It was like maybe like a quick snap out, and he couldn't even get that. So it just clearly showed that he had a bad game. I think that he really had a bad game because we had no running game. And why didn't we have a running game? Because the person that I said is the most important person on the Dolphins beside Tua, in Armstead, our left tackle. He's not in the game. We have no running game. You see what I'm saying? You see how that worked? Westradamus was right again. Yeah. I went against the grain. I went against my Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? I went against, what's going on here? Yes?
Yeah.
And you should have followed Westradamus because even when Westradamus didn't believe in himself, you feel me? You should have. Because, I just can't believe that people can't see that 1 + 1 is 2. You need a quarterback. We finally got that. You need an O-line. We have that here and there. When it's consistent, we're balling. Like I said, you had Jeff Wilson and Moistra when they had 189 yards rushing between the both of them. I think Tua, he didn't even need to play the second half of that game, really. What's going on? People got to understand, look, we went against the number 1 defense. Nobody want to say nothing like that on ESPN. What do you think's going to happen when supposedly the number 1 offense is going against the number 1 defense? I mean, for the most part, every sport I hear defense win championships. We played a defensive team, not top 5, number 1 defense. And my dog Tua still had 200 and some change on y'all boys, close to 300. The funny thing is, you remember, Chris, when we was at the bar and we seen that we were just losing by 6. It was late in the game. You were like, damn, I'm thinking, you thinking, Marcus thinking, everybody in the bar thinking like, we're going to figure it out. Tua's going to go ahead and do what he do. You seen that face that he did? That face, I'm like, you see his face? He was mad. He was in his feelings. What did he do? He scored a touchdown. But it's just that bobble that Gronkowski didn't catch to give us that first down, because that was the game. If he would have made that first down, I think Tua would have done what he showed us the previous drive, not all game, but the previous drive, was be accurate. The accuracy and everything like that, it came on that previous drive. Before we actually got the ball back to try to win the game, it came back and he scored. You seen the Tua of old. Yeah, now I know the whole game he didn't look like himself. But when we seen each other, and I was like, Chris, man, he hot, boy. You see his face, you see him on screen. Came in the game, scored a touchdown. We stopped them again. We got the ball back. I'm like, damn, here we go in my head. I'm like, all right, they trying to give Tua his fourth quarter game-winning drive. This is how the play is written. It's written already. And, my dog Gronkowski, that's Marcus' name from, he didn't catch the ball. They gave us the first down originally, but, the 49ers, they challenged, and they were successful. It is what it is. You have the family tree, the quarterback tree that we're talking, and it is what it is. But yeah, here go, Tua Tagovailoa. Man, I ain't gonna say his last name. Here goes Tua's biggest and worst mistakes, I guess, in the game, Sunday's game.
Team meeting. I've never seen things go from so good to so bad so quickly. This is a good, the bad, the ugly Tua Dolphins game. First play of the game offensively. Oh, it was so good. The Niners are going to bust coverage. Tua's going to quickly glance, see Sherfield slant, former Niners receiver, running that slant right across the middle. He beats Fred Warner, all linebacker. Safety, Tashawn Gibson can't make the play. And y'all know what this happens. Touchdown. Oh, so good. But then, y'all, it got so bad. The very next offensive play, here's what people didn't notice. The Dolphins are going to run the exact same play in reverse. They just had Sherfield on a slant this way. Now they're going to run literally the exact same play. Tyreek Hill in motion in reverse. Tua, you got Sherfield again. He's wide open. Just throw it to him. He's going to beat Greenlaw to the position. Just throw it to him, Tua. He's wide open. But you're looking at Tyreek Hill, and we miss it. The bad. First play was a good. Second play, oh, that was bad. But now it's the ugly. Now it's the third quarter, down by 7. Right guard, center, going to get beat. Tua steps up. Now he's falling all over the place. Running back Jeff Wilson falling all over the place. And Niners, tumble. They're going down like there's some domino pins. And then add insult to injury. Jimmy Ward, he going to hurdle Wilson. But watch this, y'all. Ward going to hurdle Wilson. Then Fred going to hurdle Wilson.
Yeah,
but here's why I'm not tripping, Dolphins. If this play is ruled a catch, different ball game. 4th and 2, it's overturned. Niners get the ball back. They do what they do. Niners defense is legit. Tua played about as bad a game as he can play and still had an opportunity to win with 6 minutes left in the fourth. The good,
yes,
the bad, and the ugly. Ready, break.
That was perfect. He basically said what I said. You feel me? I mean, he broke it down, and had his whole editing before he actually did it. But we're live over here, and he said exactly what Western Diamond said. That actual first down that we missed in the end, close to the end of the game, with like close to 6 minutes left, we was gonna go ahead and drive the ball because this is the time you need to be dinking dunk Tua. We don't need to go ahead and score big plays. Just get the first down, do like Tom Brady. Get the first downs, waste clock. We're not going to go ahead and have a running game because we haven't had a running game all day. So let's go ahead and let our running backs catch the ball and let that be our running play, even though it's a catching play. And Gronkowski couldn't catch the ball, and we knew it was over then, and we felt some type of way about that garbage-ass San Francisco fan that was running his plot in the actual bar. Every time San Fran did something good and he's the only one yelling, everybody turn around and look at him like, you talking again? You feel me? You lucky you where you at, you feel me? Because you can get manhandled over here, but it is what it is. We knew that this game was kind of a barometer of how the Dolphins would do if we played a elite defense, and I think the Dolphins played decent. I think it just was Tua was not accurate. That's it. Because if Tua would have won that game, and not just won the game, all those overthrows that was like deep bombs, you know what I mean? If he would have been successful with that, and we would have won the game, and we would have humiliated them boys like it was supposed to happen, Tua would have been MVP. There would have been like, man, I don't know why we wasting Chris Greer. Let's go ahead and pay my dog Tua. You feel me? Let's go ahead and just haul in the wheelbarrow, like Cheetah said, with that money, what you gonna give Tua in the offseason. Because like, don't be like Baltimore Ravens and not have no faith in your quarterback. Pay him, because he I think he's that dude. And this next game is gonna go ahead and kind of show you if he's that dude. I kind of already seen it before, because Tua had when he came back from that injury. Don't want to go into that as well. When he came back from that first game, he was not the greatest Tua. We won the game, but he was not as accurate. He kind of looked like this Tua. You know what I'm saying? So what did he do after that? When he almost had the interceptions, because that's what they was calling him. They was calling him almost, like what that movie is, that Aztec movie, man. They called the dude that was stuck in the Apocalypto. That's his name. Almost. That's how you know we on the same page, man. They called Tua almost the last few weeks. Almost had an interception. Almost lost the game. Almost. No. And he almost won the game, but hey, unfortunately, it didn't happen. But hey, it is what it is. For us to see a game like that against an elite defense, number one defense, and still get a chance in the game to win the game, I'm looking at that like that's a playoff game, because we're gonna be playing these high-powered defenses. I know we're gonna be playing them high-powered offenses and this, that, and the other, but we're gonna be playing defenses like that, and I think we could be successful if Tua's accurate. It's not the defense that lost the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Tua didn't have time in the pocket. He had time in the pocket, but he didn't have time in the pocket. Meaning mentally in his head, like, damn, boy, when my dog Teron Armstead not in the game, boy, I get injured. When he's not in the game, boy, bad things happen. I'm already seeing that we have no running game right now. And Westradamus and Chris and Marcus been praising Mostert and Jeff Wilson these last few weeks. And I'm already seeing that we have no running game. Oh, boy, I need to hurry up and throw this ball. So even though on screen when everybody's watching the game, it looks like I have time. Mentally in my head, it's like I don't have time. You feel me? I got to listen to my boy West. My boy West said, you got to live to fight another day. If I lose this game, it's all good. You feel me? As long as I don't leave injured. That's what he said. As long as I don't leave injured. And he's like, man, I'm not going to get injured over here. You feel what I'm saying? Let me get this ball out my hand real quick. So that's what you want. That's what you want. You want him to try to get the ball out real quick. What you don't want is for the accuracy to diminish when he does do that. But that's exactly what's going to happen when you press individuals, when individuals are pressed, and when they're worried about the timing, when they're worried about certain things, they're going to be a little off. And this was the perfect game to go ahead and be off, because like I said before, that's the NFC. We're in the AFC. Doesn't matter if we lose that game. I think it was a game that you could have easily said that the teacher was outplayed by the student, because the student was who? McDaniels. McDaniels drew up a lot of good plays. It's just Tua didn't capitalize. I didn't see that. I didn't see that many good plays from San Fran when they had their starting quarterback in the game. He was too busy getting his ass whooped. Too busy getting
that secondary quarterback, Purdy.
Yeah,
he was doing his thing.
He definitely was looking Purdy, boy. You feel me? I'm like, what's going on? And see, but that's another thing that we got to go ahead and speak on, because I've been kind of saying this all season, man, as far as with the defense, man. The defense is not looking like the defense that I'm accustomed to seeing, and you accustomed to seeing. You know what I'm saying? We go ahead and sign Chubb to this max deal, and before he even played a snap for the Dolphins. And I understand you got to pay him. You just gave away a draft pick, first-round pick for this guy. We know he's a Pro Bowler. We've seen what he could do on tape when he was in Denver. But I haven't seen too much of them. I seen Melvin Ingram. You know, he does what he normally do at a older age in the league. He still got that fire under him, and he's getting to the quarterback. Jalen Phillips, same thing. But they're not reminding me of people like Von Millers, Javon Curse, They're not showing me that. Now they're great. I love them on my team. You feel what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of teams that would love to have our DNs / linebackers on their team. But you know, our defense was built on corners, X-Man and Byron Jones, who's been missing on the milk carton since the beginning of the season. Matter of fact, we haven't seen him all season. This guy is kind of like sabotaging our damn team. And I know we got Kahoot, but you remember when I told you in the previous podcast, I'm like, Kahoot, you got him off the streets, he's playing well, but he's gonna make rookie mistakes. Pass interferences that we were getting they were not calling, that was clearly pass interference when we were in Miami. I guess they gave us some home cooking, like, you know, the Dolphins, y'all gonna win. We're gonna make sure y'all win, even though it's a clear pass interference. I clearly remember one with Javon Holland and him. He got there early. Javon Holland, who's the one that got in there on time, that kind of masked the pass interference. You know, because if Javon Holland wasn't there, they would have called pass interference on Kahoot. And what did we see on San Fran's pass interference here? You know, a few mishaps there. And again, rookie mistakes, but he's still playing well. You know, I ain't gonna throw him under the bus because he got a pass interference, but you're not gonna get that from X-Man. You're not gonna get that from Byron Jones. And you're paying this dude all this damn money, and he's not showing up. He's showing up what? To the spa, to the crib. He's not showing up nowhere where I can see him. It's kind of like our wide receiver last year. We paid him all this money, and he never played. He played like one game, and he missed the season from a finger injury, a broken finger. Like, I never heard of a NFL player, let alone any player, any sports, missing the whole season because of a finger injury that happened in probably the first game. It's plenty of time.
It's the era. It's the era. Because didn't Ronnie Lott, didn't he like cut off a finger like in the middle of a game and just say, fuck it, just cut off my finger so I could keep playing?
Get back in. And that just shows you that it's not just football, it's all sports. It's society, period. Society is sensitive. Era, yeah. We can't have serious conversations without people feeling some type of way. I was watching this Whitlock show on YouTube. I need to send you that. Jason Whitlock. It was like a 3-hour long video, but of course I didn't watch all 3 hours. I watched 30 minutes here, 45. I'm still not done with the video, but he was showing us like interviewers, like I guess it's like somebody like him. It just was not a podcast. It was one individual. I think it was a reporter, and that had Farrakhan on, that had controversial people on his show, had the leader of the KKK on his show. Why? Not to promote hate or this, that, and the other, so we can see like how you thinking, what's out there. You know what I'm saying? You want to know what's out there, and there's a lot of different views on plenty of different things, so people can actually discuss. And he was basically showing like this is what society has stepped away from being real, and that's the same thing when it comes to sports, when it comes to our children in school. You can't teach certain things because they're sensitive. You can't talk about this because they're sensitive. I mean, even the whole bullying situation, man. Like, oh, my kid's committed suicide because of a bully. That just shows your kid is a little weak. I'm sorry. People gonna go ahead and say, Wes, like, yo, damn, boy, Wes, you going off right now. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? When people used to get bullied back in the day, they used to tell you.
But that's not the kid's fault. That's the parents' fault. You didn't raise
that exactly. You know what I mean? You feel me? Like, we was raised like, yo, somebody picking on you, like, you're gonna have to stick up for yourself. You're gonna have to fight yourself. I'm not in school with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if I come over there to the school, this, that, and the other, they gonna really make fun of you. Oh, he had to call his parents.
It's gonna be worse.
Nah, so you gotta handle that yourself. It's either you gotta handle it yourself, or you and your homeboys, or you and your family members need to handle that at the school, this, that, and the other. You may get in trouble in school, but you got permission from your parents to handle your business. So if you get suspended, it's all good. It's just an early vacation. You'll be gone for like 10 days suspension. Come back to the crib and come back to school, and you got your respect. That bullier is not bullying you no more. You know what I'm saying? These are the stuff that is not happening no more. People, and not just that, on imaginary world, Instagram, social media, people getting bullied. Young people getting bullied. Now you got adults, like the Dolphins, the bully gate. You feel me? Like, you can tell me a grown ass man that's about 300, 350 pounds, you getting bullied by another guy. Not just that. You're a football player. It's violent. It's violent. So you can't defend yourself and whoop his ass. You may get whooped, but I guarantee you, like, he ain't gonna pick on you no more, because when y'all fight, he won, but he was left a little hurting too now.
Yeah, you don't make it easy. Yeah, you don't make it easy.
He don't make it easy. Twice. Yes. You feel me?
Let's talk about what you think is gonna happen versus the LA Chargers on Sunday, because they play Sunday night. This is gonna be a Sunday night game.
Yeah, and you know, I really wish, Marcus, you was here, because you wasn't on tour, and I know you was like these people in the media talking about Herbert. So this is the perfect game. I wanted your output, your whole insight on tape. You feel me? Because I know I can holler at you on the phone, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is a great game, this, that, and the other. But I need our audience to know, Marcus. I need them to know how you really feel about this game, man, because I think we're gonna whoop that ass. You feel me? Spank that ass and beat that ass. Like I've been saying, we're gonna do our thing. One, because, and not just that, before I get into that, when y'all lose, I don't want to hear nobody talking about the Chargers are injured. Please don't give me that bullshit, because nobody was saying that for Tua. No one. You feel me? No one the year one, when we thought that he was supposed to stay on the bench learning from Fitzpatrick, and they threw him in the fire. Not the second year. You feel me? When his head coach didn't like him, clearly didn't like him. And now you get to this year, and now he's balling like a big dog with them big heavy nuts. And now people want to go ahead and be like, oh, no, it's because Herbert doesn't have the O-line like Tua. No. Please step off. Please break camp. You feel me? Now, going into the game. I think the Dolphins going to do their thing. Teron Armstead, again, the guy that's the second most important, or 1A, 1B into Tua, and Armstead, the left tackle, he will be playing. You know, Shell will be playing. And I think we just signed offensive lineman Eric Fisher. I think he played for Kansas City too for multiple years. I think he won a Super Bowl too. We signed him, to solidify the O-line, because like it's just seemed like everybody just been getting injured. Eichenberg, you got all type of people that's been gone, people that's high picks, that's gone. And we definitely need Tua to have some time in the pocket to give you them dimes and to give you them darts that I've been saying for these last few weeks. I think that we're gonna dominate this game, not just beat this game, dominate this game. I think Justin Herbert's still gonna do his thing. He's gonna ball too. Why is that? And that he's gonna ball even though his O-line is decimated and his wide receiver camp is actually injured. And the reason why I say that is because the Dolphins been looking crazy. The Dolphins defense been looking crazy. You give any quarterback a little time, and he's going to get it to who you need to get it to. I mean, Tom Brady did it for years, like I've been saying. You give him time, he's going to be doing that. I'm not just saying that about Tua dropping dimes and dropping darts. I can acknowledge good talent when I see it. Herbert, you a G. You feel me? You be balling. Nobody was trying to draft you. From what my understanding it before the draft, everybody was saying Tua. Nobody was saying Herbert. It just happened that supposedly you're supposedly better. Now, I don't think so. I don't think you're better than Tua. I think Tua's better than you. I think that you're built better than Tua, but I don't think you're more accurate than Tua. You may have a stronger arm than Tua, but that's because your stature is bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? So it's understandable. It's kind of like our argument when we had about women and men. You know, some people physically gonna be stronger than you just because of their stature. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the women and men, it's biologically. When it comes to men and men, it comes to height, weight, you know, all of that stuff, and even time in the gym as well. But again, if I go to the gym and I'm like 6'2", I think I'm 6'2", maybe 6'3". I'm 6'3". Chris is like what? You're like 5'11", 5'10",
5'9",
5'9".
Yeah.
All right, Chris is 5'9". I'm 6'2", 6'3". Me and Chris can lift the same weights every day, this, that, and the other. You feel what I'm saying? But to be honest with you, because of my stature, I'm probably going to weigh more than him. You know what I'm saying? We may look like we're the same bulky, but I'm going to be a little heavier because of my stature. And that because of that stature, I may be physically stronger. Maybe, I don't know. You feel me? I'm not a doctor. I'm just, you know, but I think that is what, you know, a lot of people have on Tua. You know what I'm saying? Is that they're just taller than him, you know, and they're more muscular than him. Not saying that he can't gain muscle. He can gain muscle. It's just like he was injured for a whole year. You can't do shit when your hip is injured. Can't really do nothing. Not even cardio. So maybe, you know, probably benching, but, you know, you're going to be looking like a carrot top. Yeah. I don't think you want to go ahead and be that individual. So with this game, the Dolphins, you're going to see the running game come through. You're going to see Tua. Tua's going to be the Tua of old, accurate. And, you know, Tua been hearing the motherfuckers talking these last few years saying, oh, y'all should have got Herbert instead of Tua. You think he had an interview where he said, yeah, he was praising Herbert. And that's what you do. You do not give ammunition to nobody. I love you, bro. Man, I love your game. Meanwhile, after the end, I can't stand his ass. I can't stand that they always comparing us. But I'm not going to give you no clickbait. I ain't going to give you no ammunition to win the game more than anything. Boom. It's like when you play in the game and somebody hits you or whatever like that, like, yeah, bro, boom, boom, boom. Or before the game, like, yeah, man, how's the family? How's everything? So when you hit me, you're not trying to hit me too bad. You're trying to win the game, but you're not trying to destroy me. You feel me? I know him. And that's exactly what Tua's doing. Tua's doing the right thing. Tua's doing what Tom Brady's been doing for years. And that's finesse. Finesse the audience. When you hate me, deflect. You feel me? When you try to make me something come out my mouth about Brian Flores, no comment. You know what I'm saying? This is what you do. These individuals already hate Tua. Tua knows that. Imagine Tua coming out the mouth and saying something negative about anything else. Everybody gonna jump on his case. So play the smart guy. They already don't like you. Again, the beaches, the women, the weather. They already know Tua from Willie Beam and Tua. They already know him. We don't want to give them no ammunition. Right now, we're at a perfect position, but this can easily change. This is a must-win game because we're going to play Buffalo again. Buffalo shot back up to number 1. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And the AFC, everybody seemed like they're good. It's not like back in the days where, you know, majority of these teams are, you know, going to be top 5, top 10 picks. No. Our guys going to be mid-range, if not later in the draft to get individuals because their records are good. Yeah, the Dolphins are good, but that doesn't mean I'm blind to everybody else. Everybody's looking decent in the AFC. Unfortunate, our luck, the Dolphins. When we do good, that's when everybody else do good. But I think we're going to dominate this game. Again, Herbert's going to do his thing. He's going to get his numbers. Hopefully our defense, our front four could go ahead and get to him. But like, let's not forget that, I mean, they got Boza. They got the other Boza brother over there. We played one Boza brother on the 49ers that got to 2 or 3 times. Now we playing the brother. And the brother's a beast too. You feel me? And he's better. He's better. You know what I mean? He's better. And who on the other side? I forgot his name, but he came from Chicago. You know, we'll pull up some tape on him. He's on the other side. So we're these last week and this week, you're gonna see that Tua's playing like elite pass rushers. It's just this time he's gonna be accurate. There's more to lose. There's more to lose with this game because one, they're in the AFC. Two, they already was talking about Herbert was the better pick these last 3 years, and Tua heard that. Tua do need to shut all these motherfuckers up. That's what Tua's saying to, I'm gonna shut everybody up. I'm tired of them running a twat. You feel me? I'm gonna make all these people silence like Martin. You feel me? And he's gonna silence these haters. I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. He's gonna silence these haters, and he's gonna turn into Martin and silence them. And I'm gonna be the one to fortify and refortify the silence when I jump back on the MarcWes Sports Podcast with the game recap. But our Dolphins will prevail. Our Dolphins will continue to get better, and our Dolphins will get back around on track with this game. Specifically, they need to do it for my man Tua.
All right, let's keep it on football. I want to talk about Deion Sanders. You already know what's going on with Deion Sanders. So he went from historically HBCU, a historically black college / university, and now he's at Colorado University, right? Which is predominantly. Well, I didn't even realize they're calling it PWI. I was like, what? I was like, what the hell's a PWI? And then I thought about it. I was like, oh, if HBCU is historically black college, PWI is predominantly white institution.
Really?
Yes,
really.
Really.
Man. And this the shit that I don't like about black people, man. You feel me? Like you got Deion Sanders, you know, greatest corner in NFL history, at least in my book. Take a pay cut to go to HBCU. First game at the HBCU, he gets robbed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He has to use his money to give the players adequate traveling, adequate. I think he has a deal with American Airlines, you know, because he's Deion, whereas if it's a long distance trip, they could go ahead and get a discount flying with American Airlines. Same thing when I think he have a deal with, you know, a close friend of his and Michael Strahan, you know, getting them like you know, stuff to wear like suits, you know, be presentable because they didn't have that. They didn't do that. That's Deion. You feel what I'm saying? You get the number one corner in the game, you know, out of high school to sign with JSU. You feel what I'm saying? That's because of Deion. That's not because it's an HBCU. Again, did I say he took a pay cut? This is Deion. And then he get an opportunity to better himself. And our community, the black community, want to tear his ass down.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I don't understand that shit.
A lot of people call him a sellout. I'm like, shit.
How he a sellout? I don't understand how he a sellout. Did they not hear what I just said? All the stuff that he did for JSU? Like, what did they expect? They expect somebody to just stay at the same job for the rest of their life? There's a better opportunity, and then I'm supposed to say no. Why? Because I'm black? The fuck is that? That don't make no damn sense. You feel what I'm saying? Where's all those black people before Deion? Why wasn't y'all doing the same thing that Deion did for JSU? He's not the only black person that's prominent or somebody that's a Hall of Famer or somebody that got money in their pockets. You know how many black coaches went to HBCU that they did? This guy done went from getting snubbed by Florida State. He's supposed to be the head coach of Florida State. They snubbed him. He had to go to HBCU because they didn't want to give his ass the opportunity. Let's not pretend like, oh, he just got the... Nah. He was not even supposed to be at no HBCU. He was supposed to be at FSU. He was supposed to be at one of these big schools.
I think that's the argument, is where it's like, oh, he used Jackson State. You know, you go to the HBCU, and he even said it like in an interview before, like around the time he was hired for Jackson State, he was like, oh, this is God did this. This is God's plan for me to be at an HBCU. And then I guess as soon as he saw the money, he's like, all right, I'm out. God's over there. You know what I mean?
As soon as I seen the money, again, this guy has money. He's prime time. He's like, who for the money? He has more money than JSU can offer him. That don't make no sense.
Let's break this down, right? Jackson State was giving him $1.5 million over 4 years. That's $375,000 a year.
You see,
Colorado University is giving him $29.5 million over 5 years, which is $5.9 million a year.
Who gonna leave that on the table? You gonna leave that on the table?
No,
you gonna leave that on the table, Chris?
Of course not. But I do think that's part of the sellout argument, where it's like, you know, because when you sell out, you know, you leave your whatever your morals are or whatever for money. You understand what I'm saying?
But he didn't leave for the money. He left for the better opportunity. You think he want to be teaching? He want to be coaching college? He want to be in the league. He want to be teaching in the NFL. But they were not giving him the opportunity to go to the FSUs, to be the head coach of the Alabamas, the Mississippis, the Texas A&Ms. He wasn't getting that opportunity. How many times we just spoke on it recently with Jeff Saturday in the NFL, never coached a day in his life. He got the opportunity. Other coaches in college got opportunity for nothing. This guy's one of the greatest corners in NFL history. He must have some type of knowledge. They didn't believe in him. God did. He took his ass over there to HBCU because what? Black people should stick with each other. Because we know these white institutions probably not going to hire him. We just going to keep it real. Like, yo, you going to, and I don't knock the white institutions. You going to, that's your race, right? You going to big up your race. When the Chinese people do it, they don't say nothing. When the Arabs do it, they don't say nothing. You feel what I'm saying? When white people do it is a problem. I don't knock them. Only reason why we saying that because of slavery and all type of this, that, and the other. Now when black people do it is a problem. Yo, you should want to go ahead, huh?
Go ahead.
You should want to go ahead and big up or bring up your community first. You feel what I'm saying? And them other communities wasn't giving him the opportunity. So the HBCU is a stepping stone because ain't nobody like Deion supposed to be at no HBCU for the rest of his life. And you getting paid crumbs. And they robbing your ass the first day you coach.
Yeah, I seen that. That was fucked up, yo.
Like, what's going on?
That's foul. Let me show you. I don't know if you saw this tweet that one of the presidents from another HBCU he put up after that happened. Let me see where this is at. All right.
Probably saying some.
So you see what he put?
I want him to fail. Who is this Kevin W. Cosby?
He's the president of Simmons College in Kentucky, which is another HBCU. So he puts, I want him to fail because I want black institutions to succeed. HBCU's wealth, like black wealth, has been plundered. The only reason Colorado lured him from Jackson State is because of the wealth divide. It's not about Deion personally, but why white institutions have all the money.
Yo, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. You know why? Because we got black rich people. Listen, this is not like back in the days where you got people like Steph Curry. He signed it. Matter of fact, Patrick Mahomes signed a $500 million deal. You got LeBron James. You got LeBron, you opened your own school, but I don't even know if it's really totally owned by you. I don't know, but you did something. How many of y'all is doing that? I don't want to hear, oh, this white people got all the money. Black people got money too. Why ain't putting it in no HBCU? Especially if you're from that damn state. Because everybody didn't come from Florida. You know what I'm saying? The people that come from Florida, look out for the HBCUs if you're a wealthy black man in Florida. If you want to go ahead and do for other places, because when you're wealthy, you travel all over the place and you rub elbows with all type of people. You see different communities and you want to help this community because this community is worse than my community. You know what I'm saying? So again, cool, no problem. But I don't want to hear black people talking about, oh, it's because of the money divide. Black people got money too. Y'all just spending that shit on business. Y'all spending on Louis Vuitton and all type of bullshit. They ain't doing nothing. And these same institutions is into pedophilia. And then y'all don't even cut them off.
Yeah,
y'all still buy the stuff.
Yeah, that reminds me of there's a clip out there. I'll post it up on the clips that we made. There's a clip of Tariq Nasheed. He's talking to Beehive, right? Beehive has his YouTube stuff over there in Atlanta, and they were talking about the Deion Sanders thing, and he said the same thing pretty much that you said, right? He was like, you gotta. He's saying you gotta pay them, like you gotta make, like when you have somebody an asset like that, you gotta pay them good, or else they're gonna leave. And the fact is, he was saying, a lot of times when you're a person like him, like Tariq Nasheed or like Deion Sanders, and you're trying to do good for the community, your community, or whatever community, a lot of times people will call you to do stuff and they'll be like, oh, do it for free. Do it for free for the love, this and that. Meanwhile, when they go get a rapper to perform, they ain't telling the rapper the same thing. Oh, do it for free, do it for the love. They paid him. You know what I mean? So, I kind of agree with what you were saying. Like, yeah, you gotta pay him, man. He's an asset. He's an asset. You got to give him his money.
Not just that. It's just business, man. You tell me, I work at a good company. Get paid good money. I mean, you're around me. You see, like I was able to accumulate a lot of good things in my life behind how I work, how I move, my way of thinking, and this, that, and the other. Don't need to go into detail of what they are. You know me personally. But at the end of the day, like if another job is paying me way more, especially that type of money, I got to take it. God put this opportunity in front of me to just leave it there. I don't want to be one of them individuals. What if? You got to try stuff. Everybody got dreams, hopes, and dreams, but never tried them. And they're like, damn, what if I would have did that shit? Damn, somebody came up with the opportunity. I thought about that shit 8 years ago, but you never tried it. That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? So Deion, do your thing. I mean, you're in Denver, Colorado. It is what it is. People forget Deion Sanders. He almost died. You know what I'm saying? You're losing his trademark, which is his speed, because he had to cut off his toe to actually keep on living to help these young brothers. You feel me? Like, come on, they were on game day. When was the last time you seen JSU on game day?
It was undefeated.
You feel me? Exactly, undefeated. But this was the same mind that they thought couldn't do it. It took him doing it at an HBCU for them to see it. And not just that, I mean, they did the same thing with talent. You remember it was a point black people couldn't go to these prominent white colleges. We had to go to HBCU. And the only time you seen them was probably when they made it to the NFL. But where did they get drafted? HBCU. I think that Jerry Rice guy came from a HBCU. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear people, like they always using this race thing, this, that, and the other, man. All right. We've been speaking this race shit for the longest. They ain't going to give it to us. Again, Chris said last time, people that's in power, they're not just trying to give it up for free. They fighting to keep that shit. So if we want to change shit, what do? Us as a community need to invest in the HBCU And when we invest in the HBCU, y'all bitch ass niggas did not steal all the money. Because you go ahead and invest in these stuff, and then what do black people do? Not just black people, but people, period. They steal the money. I don't want, you feel what I'm saying? Be the biggest hypocrites in the world. When people eventually do donate and do, put an effort to say or do what I'm saying as far as, helping out their communities, the community steal the money. Not the community, but the people that's in charge of the money, they steal the money. So I don't want to hear that shit. Deion, get that bread, run that route. And not just that, I love the way he said. He coming with some people now. He coming with some people. Those players over there that y'all were trash, don't think you on the team and Deion coming in. If I don't like the talent, you going. It's kind of like what Mario Cristobal doing. You may not leave this first year. You feel me? Because I'm going to give you a chance to show me. Maybe it was the coach that's not putting you in good position. You feel me? To succeed. Like I was doing with my players at JSU. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you a year. Kind of like what Mario Cristobal did. Came in last year. He gave those people that stayed the opportunity to go ahead and show him what they can do. Me, you, and every other Kane fan seen these individuals not giving 100% effort. You feel me? Got Marcus going crazy at the stadium because he got to watch this garbage. At least we got to change the channel. We can change the channel.
For real.
He can't do that. So again, the same way is a two-way street. That's Mario Cristobal. I know we talking about JSU, but Mario Cristobal is a two-way street. Deion Sanders knows it's a two-way street. He's going to do it like Mario Cristobal. I'm going to give you the opportunity in Colorado that 1 year, those players that do decide to stay. But after that season, and I know you're trash, get the hell up out of here. You feel what I'm saying? Do what Mario Cristobal did. You feel me? Give you an opportunity to show me that it was not you, that it was the former coach. That's why I'm here. You show me effort. You show me that you can listen. You show me you can learn. You show me that. Guess what? You can stay. But afterwards, you got to kick rocks. I'm sorry. So Deion Sanders, man, salute, brother, man. You feel me? At the end of the day, this is what they do. They try to tear you down. And that's the problem I have with our community. Our own community be trying to tear us down. You feel me? Don't try to tear us down. You know what I'm saying? Because people like strong like Deion, strong like Westradamus, we could care less what y'all say. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be sleeping like a baby, snoring, drooling, not giving a fuck about what your ass is saying. That's how I'm going to be sleeping. You feel me? There's always going to be outside noise. You just got to be strong enough to deal with the bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Let's jump on to the next topic.
Oh, my God. I knew we was going to talk about this shit. You feel me?
We have to, man. It's breaking news. Breaking news this morning.
Yeah, breaking news. I heard that shit on the radio. I'm like, before you even sent it on the text, I heard it on the radio. I just was driving on the turnpike. I couldn't respond, but
bad trade.
Yeah,
bad
breaking
trade.
news. Brittany Griner released. I'm happy she released, but I don't like what we had to give up to go ahead and get that.
Yeah,
you feel me? Let me give you a little history behind Brittany Griner for those of you that don't know. Brittany Griner, WNBA player. I think she won MVPs multiple times, or probably was one of the best in the WNBA. I think she's still in the WNBA if it was not for this marijuana situation. I wonder if she's still going to be in the NBA because drug policy states that you can do drugs.
Yeah, but on the off season, they
no. It's not. That's not how it works, Chris. You feel me?
Not
how it works. It's not how it works. Once you getting paid professional money or this, that, and the other, you can't do drugs. You can't do this, that, and the other. That's why people like Ricky Williams was going ahead and getting tested every week, 2, 3, 4 times a week because it's illegal. I'm sorry. I know it's legal in certain states. Times have changed a little bit, but not in sports. LeBron James can't smoke a joint. You feel me? He will be getting fined. Not just fined, he will be getting suspended. And then he will be getting drug tested randomly. Point blank, period. Because if it's like that, steroids should be legal too. You know what I'm saying? But Brittany Griner released from prison. And guess what? They released him. What is his name?
The Merchant of Death.
The Merchant of Death. We done.
You know what I would say? I was like, man, they done swap the Merchant of Death for the Merchant of Dykes.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
I know. I'm about to bleep that. I'm about to bleep.
The Merchant of Death for the Merchant of Trees. You feel me? That is her name. The Merchant of Death in exchange for the Merchant of Trees. And her name is Brittany Griner. She represents the LGBTQ community. She represents women. She represents the WNBA. And unfortunately, she represents the United States. Yes, unfortunately. Because that shows that when we go into other people's countries, we do not want to follow their rules, and we think we're above law, and our president or our country gonna come and save the day, even though we're wrong. Now, we have somebody else still in jail over there. Someone that's considered a spy. He was spying for our country, and they left his ass there.
Yeah.
How does that work? It needed to be that swap. You know what I'm saying? Or swap both of them. I'm going to be like, I want the spy and I want Brittany Griner for the Merchant of Death. I'd have been like, the reason why I'm doing that, because this guy, he's going to double back and he's going to be selling to people that want to kill Americans. I know that for a fact.
Yep.
So me releasing him, that means that there's probably one or more hundreds or maybe thousands of Americans that gonna get killed behind a gun or any type of merchant thing that, can kill people, guns, missiles, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? He's like that. You remember that movie, God of War?
Yeah, it's based off of him.
You lying.
Yeah, that's based off of him, bro. Nicolas Cage played a loose version of him. That's based off of him.
You serious?
Yeah, Lord of War. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? There's a movie too. I don't just brought it up just to bring it up because that's just, I didn't even know this for a fact. And that's who we gave up
Yeah.
for her. I can't believe it, man. Like this
all I know is she better be grateful, especially the country she lives in, because you know what I mean.
The country she lives in, that she don't want to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. That country that you talking about, Chris?
Yeah,
crazy as hell, boy. You feel me? And I know Russia's like, boy, we won. We made y'all look like some hoes. You feel me? It's your birthday. We took the whole cake and left you with a slice. That's what Russia just did to us. I can't believe. Yeah, I'm happy that she's home because, like, again, I think the time that she did spend was the time she was supposed to get. You feel me? What she got? Like, she did a year.
She got like 10 years. Yeah, I think she did.
No. I'm talking about the time that she did so far. Like, was it 10 months?
I think she did almost a year.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably 10 months, yeah.
I think that's what she should have got. I think she should have got that originally. But again, I mean, I would have been like Russia too. I want this arms dealer. He help us. You feel me? And I mean, yeah, even though it's something negative, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about chess. It's chess right now. You're the enemy. I want one of my soldiers back. And if I got to use her as a pawn to get that, then I'm going to get it. Of course, as Americans gonna go ahead and be mad. But ain't nobody mad at her ass being a dumbass and going over there and knowing that it's a Russia, it's a communist country, and you don't have the same rights that you have over here. Marijuana is illegal, and you want to go ahead and sneak the shit in. You didn't even go to a dope boy over there and cop the trees. You went to the airport with the shit. It's like those people that, oh, I didn't know I had a gun in my bag. Really? How'd it get there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, how did it get there? You forgot? I'm like, come on, man. Yo, stop playing with me, man. This whole I didn't know, that shit worked a long time ago. Like, majority of the world is enlightened, and that doesn't fly. It flies over our head because that's some bullshit. But yeah, man, she released. She's out. I wonder if her ass gonna go ahead and be the spokesman for marijuana now. Or I wonder if, you know, be the worst thing she could do right now. Somebody catch her smoking a joint. like, you know, she just got released today. In the next week, they see her, or the next few days, they catch her smoking a joint. Boy, they're gonna be like, boy, this girl did not learn her lesson. And now it's gonna make Biden look even more old and frail and dumb. Just being real with you. Like, come on, man. Like, I would have left her ass in, boy. You feel me? I like what Trump said. I would have left her in because, like, yo, even though I don't think she should have got 10 years, like, she did the crime, man. Like, come on, man. Don't we have this slogan? If you do the crime, you do the time. That's an American slogan. Not over here. If you do the time, boy, nah. If you're part of that community, if you're someone that we can use to gain votes, you know, because you know what, you know, they gaining votes just with that, just for that community. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, he's for us. No, he's not for you. He just needs you for a short period of time because it's kind of looking shaky right now for y'all boys. You feel me? I mean, you look at the polls, his approval rating is, oh my God, I don't even think Trump his approval rating was that low. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's one thing I could give about Trump, boy. You're not gonna finesse him off of no business, boy. You're not gonna finesse him. And some people gonna be like, "Yo, he's filed for bankruptcy." That is a finesse too. When you file for bankruptcy and you don't gotta pay that bread back, that's a finesse. Don't think. Look, 50 Cent filed for bankruptcy. Ain't nobody saying nothing to him. Look at him. Don't he got power? Don't he have all these different, you know, shows? He got the liquor. You feel me? He promoting that. Don't you notice that all that happened after the bankruptcy? You know that, right? All of that happened after. You got to know, only poor people going to be like, oh, he filed for bankruptcy. Rich people, people that's wealthy, people that know how to finesse, how to use the loopholes. You feel me? We're never going to say that about each other. We're going to be like, okay, all right, I understand, understandable. You feel me? Shit, I wouldn't want to pay that shit neither. You feel me? So again, Brittany Griner, hopefully you learn your lesson, man. And the lesson that needed to be learned was common sense. You had no common sense in that situation to go to a communist country that you know marijuana is illegal. And not just that, you represented the United States on the basketball team. You know what I'm saying? Like you like anything that could go wrong did go wrong with you in that situation. And hopefully you can, you know, lift up pull up your pants, put your big boy pants on and move on and learn from this. Because I really truly feel like you're giving our youth a bad image or a bad role model, meaning you could do things that you know are wrong, but you don't want to be held accountable for it. So
yeah, man, I feel you. Ain't much else to talk about. I just got one last thing on you know, you remember Ben Gordon, right? So we're gonna stay on
Chicago.
basketball. Yeah.
Chicago
So
Bulls.
yeah, so supposedly he was around Harlem stabbing people with a knitting needle. Did you see this shit?
Nah.
Oh, let me show you because fucking Cameron reported on this. Oh, let's see it. You can hear this, right? Oh.
It's your boy Killer Cam reporting for It Is What It Is Talk outside of Harlem Hospital with former NBA player at $6 million a year, Van Gordon, seems to be having some mental issues, trying to stab people. Weapon of choice, sewing needles. And this is one of the needles that they say Ben was using.
Ben, nigga, high off stabbing people with needles and shit in Harlem.
Yes, that's Ben Gordon. Former NBA player, 39-year-old, was detained outside a Harlem apartment building this morning. Police took him to Harlem Hospital, where he tried to make a brazen escape and leave the hospital. Right now, let's talk to some witnesses that were on the scene.
Hey, yo, I don't even know what was going on. I'm walking by, I see Ben outside. Nigga got a sewing needle. Why is he trying to stab niggas? I don't even know, but I don't even know, brother.
How can I say it's 8:30 in the morning to take the kids to school? You know, I'm tired now. I see my nigga Ben, I'm like, Ben, what up? But Ben is running. Cops behind him. He tackled the nigga. He got sewing needles. And he go, that's all, then.
So listen, there you have it. Mental health is no joke. Let's hope this nigga Ben Gordon get the help that he really needs. Reporting live from Harlem. It is what it is.
Talk about that.
Yo, what you said?
About to press that boy. But yo,
Crazy, huh?
that's crazy. You feel me? Shout out to Cam, boy. You know, anything, boy. Cam, funny, boy. He need to have his own like TV series. Like, you know how they be having like them MTV Road Rules or you know, they just follow people around, or like how they be doing the Camp Kardashians or whatever like that. He need to have one. Him and Boosie. Boosie need to have his own. Cam need to have his own. Both of them is fine. Both of them is funny. And you know you're gonna get the real with them all day, all the time. But to speak on the story that he was giving us, breaking news from Cameron and the MarcWes Sports Podcast. Yeah, man. Ben Gordon, like, yo, like, but I ain't gonna lie, when he was sitting on that stretcher at the hospital, he looked crazy. Like his face, like I kind of seen his face a little bit. It was short, but I seen his face and he looked like he was kind of crazy. I don't know what happens to people sometimes. You feel me? Like, again, some people go crazy from seeing, you know, tragedy, like going to war and seeing like dead babies and dead people. Understandable PTSD. Some people go crazy because of drugs. And how do you get drugs or easily able to access these drugs is when you have money. You feel me? Now, why would you go ahead and try drugs having the money? Like, yo, your ass was an NBA player. You know, you got fans cheering for you every day. You know, you can't walk out in public without somebody wanting to take a picture or autograph or something. That's the one thing that I wouldn't want if I'm a celebrity. You feel me? I want to be outside like Cam just did. And, you know, everybody's not going to be going crazy. You feel me? I want to feel normal too. But to lose that, to lose the stardom, to lose that lifestyle that you live in, because when you have these properties like multi-million-dollar homes in places like California with high state taxes, New York, high state taxes, you know, it's going to be hard for people that aren't savvy with money or don't know how to manage money to keep that money. You know what they say, something with money soon part, you know, something like that. Someone, idiot with money soon part, something like that. It has like a saying like that. And you can say that for a lot of these former or current athletes, you know, people that not even just athletes, rappers, singers, people get money but they don't know what to do with that money. You don't understand how some people, they win the lottery, and now you broke, and now you strung out on drugs. It's the same thing like what's that artist's name? I'll get back to it, but
Fetty Wap.
Not Fetty Wap. It's an older rapper. Rich Boy. And look at his name, and he strung out on drugs too. He strung out on drugs, but this happens when you're a celebrity. You have a certain amount of money. You have a certain amount lifestyle, and you lose that quickly, or you're losing it and you're trying to keep it. That's gonna make you go crazy because you're not generating or the income that you used to bring in when you're a athlete, former NBA player, in Rich Boy's case, rapper. You're not generating that money. You're not booking shows. You're not doing certain things, and you're trying to hold on to that lifestyle. Some of these individuals, they have multiple baby mamas. That can already make you go crazy. One. Two, they're trying to maintain that lifestyle for those people that they've been maintaining that lifestyle for years. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that person to look at them like less than, or I'm broke, or this, that, and the other. So even though I don't got it, I'm gonna pretend like I still got it, and I'm gonna still be breaking bread. I'm still gonna be doing them lookouts, this, that, and the other, and that's gonna make me go crazy. So I think that's really what happened to him. Because if it was a mental thing, I'm like, damn, it would have happened a long time ago. Mental illness normally manifests when you're a teenager, because that's when you're going through the stage. I know that for a fact because I study this. I got to teach this. But you normally go through mental illness through puberty. That's the time that you normally would normally manifest in you. You know what I'm saying? Or it manifests in you when you actually use drugs. Now, I'm not saying that he's somebody that's using drugs, because I don't know him from a can of paint. I just know it's on the surface, what I see on social media. I don't know him from a can of paint. We don't know each other. You know what I'm saying? And not just that, even what I know on social media, nobody's gonna post their failures on social media. You're only gonna show positive shit. So that's imaginary world, like I call it. So for him, I think that he probably wind up getting onto the drugs, and the drugs probably made that mental illness manifest, or he probably went through something and that mental illness, again, I'm saying it's a mental illness because I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to say that he's a rational person doing this, because you should have millions. NBA players, they get the most bread. This is not like the NFL and other sports. Their money is guaranteed. So even if you sign like a $40 million deal, or made $40 or $50 million throughout your career, because again, you're not the Steph Currys and LeBrons, but again, you was the sixth man of the year. You made some money. You showed us the talent. You displayed that. I really think that he's just going through a rough patch right now. Hopefully he could bounce back from that shit. But when it comes to mental illness, man, you know what they say? Take the head and the body fall. Once your mind is gone, there ain't no coming back. We've been speaking the last few weeks about Kanye West, and some of the stuff made sense, but a lot of the stuff didn't make sense. So I don't know how to gauge, hearing something from him. Yeah, you may, and not just that, but crazy people normally come up with the best ideas. But again, sometimes when people say certain things or do certain things, that kind of put a shadow over all the smart or rational things that made sense that I previously heard from that individual. So Ben Gordon, hopefully you get the help that you need. I seen that they didn't kill you, which is a good thing, especially nowadays. They took you to the hospital. I don't know if because they recognize you. You know what I'm saying? That you definitely don't want that right now. Police kills former NBA player that was suffering from mental illness. You don't want to hear that story. That had no weapons but a needle. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he continues to try to get the help and he don't try to escape again, like they said on the actual video. And hopefully those friends and that family that he was helping throughout the years can go ahead and reach out and probably help him get into that same space, because sometimes you need family or friends or people that you're familiar with that don't want nothing either. Yeah, I know you got millions, but I just want to see you doing good. He needed to surround himself with those type of individuals again.
Yeah.
So anything else you got?
Nah, that's all I got. I'm about to grub, starving.
Me too. But I'm about to vibe on, probably, pour me up a little beverage as well. But it is what it is, man. So
man.
if there's nothing else that we got to discuss, this will conclude this episode on the MarcWes Sport Podcast. Until next time, peace.
Peace.